So internet gave us a lot of great things, but internet has also ruined a lot of things. Let's talk about one word that internet completely ruined: simp. Apparently, having basic respect is embarrassing. If you are emotionally available, polite, kind, respectable, then you will get easily roasted online. But if you gaslight people, you will have an incredible fan base. We live in this era where, like, if you text too fast, then you are too available, you are a pick me man. But if you don't text enough, or if you're not showing up, then you are mysterious, you are too emotionally unavailable, and men are not great these days. Like, come on guys, pick a struggle. What are we doing, like, we are playing this emotional roulette with people who are literally only showing up when they're bored. You're not a simp, you are always showing up for people who only show up when they're bored. Being a simp wasn't great in the first place as well, because it was, known for people who would throw their entire personality for crumbs of attention and validation from a certain someone. But I think social media has made it worse. Like, if you are a simp, then you are a weak person. If you're emotionally intelligent, then you are cringe, which I do not agree with. And I do not subscribe to any of these ideologies where people say being a simp is a bad thing. I also think there's a difference between being a gentleman and being a simp. I think when you are being a simp, you are being vulnerable, but for a person who does not care about you, you're doing efforts for people who are wrong for you, who are not going to show up for you when you need them, only going to show up for the drama. And when you are a gentleman, you are having boundaries, you're being nice, you are doing things, you're polite, you're kind, you are a great member of society, you know what I mean? I also think if someone is holding the door for you to go out and in or whatever, even if it's a stranger, it's not cringe, it's just basic manners. And like, now everybody's so scared to even put in a little bit of effort or even show a little bit of manners, because they don't want to be called a simp or just like a doormat or whatever. These people who are like so-called hating on these simps are the biggest problem, because they are the biggest people pleaser. They are trying to please their audience. They are actually looking for crumbs of attentions and validations as well. So it's like the kettle calling the pot black. I also do not subscribe to the idea of internet logic, because it has become crazy. Outrage equal to engagement and attention and all of those things. Like, if you act like you care online, you will lose. If you act like distant, cold, nonchalant, then you will win. If you are being emotionally available, then like nobody would care. If you're just crazy and emotionally unavailable and say crazy things, then you are a vibe with aesthetic, good lighting, whatever. Like, I just don't, again, subscribe to that idea. And like, being simp is not a bad thing, but it's like you're giving all of those energies and effort and time to these people who are really wrong for you. And that's why you're put into this category of being simp. We need to understand we cannot pour our hearts to someone who's already emotionally checked out, who's only there for the efforts and not caring about us. Like, who does not care about if you're hurting or not. They care about how much you are validating them by doing all of the things you are doing for them. It's like simping is for, like, when you are simping, it's always for the wrong people, because we are putting one-sided effort. It's never two-sided. If it was, then it would be called a healthy relationship and not like someone simping over the other person. People out here are writing essays for people who can't even spell commitment, which sucks. Giving too much emotional support to people who treat relationships like side quests. And I feel that's where like the simping term has become very cringe and very like, you shouldn't be this and don't do this, because then you will call a simp. Do not simp over this woman. I've seen like people just say like, hey, the video was good, and other person would comment like, hey, why are you simping? And I'm like, that was just a very nice comment. I don't even know this gentleman or this gentlewoman, you know what I mean? Like, why? Why are we calling like basic etiquettes and basic compliments as like, oh, you are simping over this? But like, what is happening? As I said, simping is not bad. It's like, if you're simping for a wrong person, then that's like a self-sabotage for the Wi-Fi. But if you're simping for a person who are already simps for you, like it's a healthy relationship, then it's not bad. Then it shouldn't be termed as like, oh, you are in the, cringe category, in my opinion. And I made this video yesterday, I think, and I said why nice guys are losing interest in dating. And I realize half of them are not even nice because they are just doing things like willy nilly, you know? They're just like giving like so much, like they're pouring hard so much that the other person don't even care and they don't even realize it. They're just doing it. It's like why, you know? And then you're like, oh, if this person does not work out, then I will never find someone else, or I will never move on from this person, and I will be like, you know, a menace to society. Someone commented this, and I feel that's not how we are supposed to go, you know? Like we are supposed to go through heartbreaks, yeah, that's true, but we're not supposed to sim for people, or like put so much energy and effort, or like just hope in someone else who does not even care about us like that, you know? You can put in effort, you can love somebody, you can like do things whatever, but with boundaries, okay? Like if you are kind without boundaries, then you will be taken advantage of. That's a fact, that's a human nature, okay? But if you're kind with boundaries, then you're not simping, you are just being nice with basic manners and respect. That is what everybody wants, you know? In my opinion, people out here are confusing attention for affection, you know, confusing arrogance for confidence, and this is not, you know, all of their fault. It's because of internet has like riled people up so much in certain directions that we are not dating for partnership, we are dating for power. And is that what we want? Is that what we want to be as a society? I don't understand. Like there are so many like gender wars going on the internet, and I didn't even realize that until like I started making video about awkward code, and now suddenly my algorithm has like shifted into something else, and that's why I'm picking up these topics, because I feel like people are crazy out there. Like people are calling, like someone just commented on their like girlfriend's photo and said like, hey, you look pretty, and someone literally commented like, hey, you are simping, and like they're together. The second slide is with them, like they're together, they seem in love, you know? Also, I think people don't lose because they are kind. I think you lose because you are giving so much effort and attention to people who are there only for drama, not for depth. And I think you're looking for depth. That's why you're going above and beyond for certain someone, and people are like calling you simp, which again, it's not bad. It's like it's empathy in a culture where vulnerability sucks, but we need that, you know? I don't know if I'm making sense. I just feel like simping is not a bad thing, but simping for the wrong person is extremely bad and very like, I in my opinion, you're self-sabotaging on a crazy level. It's like a self-harm of some kind, I don't know. Also think certain things are not just on the internet, it's in real life as well. And I feel like, you know, being tender and like polite and kind are sometimes overlooked because someone else is very flashy or something like that, you know? But I think kindness does not need like a spotlight. It builds life. So it doesn't matter if this is like an aesthetic one or not, in my opinion. But I think people are just looking for aesthetic things and like power and not partnership. And being sim is like a crazy thing. I don't know. I feel like simping for the right person is not crazy. I think people are just in love. I hope someone out there is simping for the person they love, and the person, their person, is also simping back, you know? I don't know when we started being so, like, I don't know, divided in certain things which are so important in our daily lives. Everyone says like find a partner who loves you more, and I'm like, why? Like, why can't we find a partner who loves us equally, respects us equally? Why are we trying to like one up someone in a relationship we are going to spend forever with? Like, I just, again, all of these things are power, and like you are actually very insecure if you're looking for someone who loves you more, because you feel like if you are, you know, if you love someone else more, then they might leave you, or this might happen, that might happen. It's coming from insecurity and not even power. It's just like internet has made everything on like such a surface level such situation, and that kind of sucks. It's good to have a big heart and like, you know, care about other people and community and all of those things. I also would suggest gatekeeping your energy for right people and not just giving so much in the beginning, because that's like a honeymoon phase. I would say like invest in the right people. Do not fall for projects. Fall for people you see yourself, you know, spending your lives with. People out here are dating people for like decades and not ending up together, because those are projections of your own insecurity. Like you have picked those people because you were looking for a project and that seemed okay to do, then work on yourself, you know? I feel like find someone who's not allergic to vulnerability, who respects your kindness, who loves you for you, who doesn't want you to like be flashy for them to know that you care about them. You know what I mean? Effort could just be like if someone has like come from like a long day of work and you have cooked dinner for them. That's not simping, that's just like appreciating them in your lives, you know? I think we need to like draw a line between these things. But I guess nuance is not a thing on the internet, and outrage sells like crazy. I don't know. I think someone who has gotten hurt in the past, or someone who is emotionally unavailable in a phase of life, that's who would say like, oh, simping is bad. Like, I don't want to simp. I want to be in my alpha power energy. And this goes both ways, like women and men. So I think if they're hurt, then they are allergic to vulnerability and they don't want to simp, or they don't want to be associated with like this word called simp. I think they are not bad people. Again, they are in this phase because they have also endured a lot of like hurt and stuff, and they feel like love is a scam. Then why put in effort? Why go above and beyond for someone? But I think you were going above and beyond for the wrong person, as I said in my entire video. But I don't think simping is bad. I think simping for the wrong person, you're heartbroken from the wrong person, is bad, because you are not picking someone who would be there for you no matter what. You are picking someone who looks good on paper, who looks good in society with you, or like you think that will show them, you know, like I don't know. I feel like simping is not bad if your partner is also simping over you. But yeah, that was my, again, 2 cents to the conversation. Anyway, subscribe, or I will also hate men for clout or hate women for clout. I don't know. We'll see. I think hate men for clout. Yeah, that would get me subscribers really quickly. Please subscribe.